Now let's talk about Algebra 2 motion problem. Now regarding sa algebra, pag sinabing motion problem, the assumption is the object is moving at a constant velocity. So under algebra, ang velocity natin is constant. Now kapag constant yung galaw ng isang bagay, ang acceleration nun should be 0. So that should be under uniform motion, meaning acceleration 0, constant velocity. Ang yung formula tatandaan dito and more on analysis na lang. So our working formula sa motion problem is simply velocity is distance over time. Yung formula, more on analysis and practice yung kailangan. So let's have an example. Let's try problem number 1. A boat takes as much time to travel downstream as to return. If the rate of the river's current is 8 pp each, what is the speed of the boat in still water? Ang tanong dito is the individual velocity ng boat natin kung nasa still water siya. So, in solving motion problem, malaking bagay yung visualization. So, let's visualize and analyze. So, ito yung ating representation ng problem. Ang tinatanong is velocity ng boat. Our working formula is simply velocity is distance over time. Now, i-analyze natin yung dalawang scenario. Simula tayo sa downstream. Okay, downstream. So, for example, you have this starting point. Ito yung final point natin. So, under downstream, if this is our boat, punta yung velocity ng boat, natin papunta sa kanan, and then under downstream, katulong natin yung river current. Katulong natin to velocity ng river. So, sabihin natin velocity ng stream or ng river. Yung stream velocity. Meron din tayong distance na matatravel downstream. Natin BB. Now, tayo sa upstream. So, upstream. Stream tayo, we will start at the same, or rather, ito yung ating endpoint. Ito yung endpoint natin. Ito na yung pa-upstream natin. So, analyze. So, pag upstream tayo, sabihin natin, dito yung pinaka-boat natin, tulo. So, mangyayari naman dyan, ang ating boat is against the stream. So, ito yung velocity ng boat natin. Yung ating stream, opposite, against tayo dun sa stream. So, still, ito yung velocity ng stream. Okay. We still have distance upstream. Kung titingnan natin yung distance travel, lumalabas na yung distance downstream saka yung distance upstream equal. Tawagin na lang natin yung distance na yon as distance d. In our analogy, the distance is constant. Okay, sinabi na rin naman yun sa problem. Kasi kinumpare yung time downstream, kinumpare yung time downstream, 2/3 daw, in comparison sa time upstream. Kung bubalik na siya. Okay, using our formula na velocity is distance over time, mathematically speaking, okay, kung ito-solve natin yung time dito, lumalabas yung time is distance over velocity. Solve natin yung time, that is distance over velocity. Now, gamitin na natin yung first statement. Ang sabi doon, ang time downstream, time travel downstream is ano daw? 2/3 ng time to return. Ibig sabihin to return yung time upstream. So, mathematically speaking, ano nangyari? Ang time downstream equivalent sa 2/3 time upstream. Okay, now, i-analyze pa natin ng mas malinaw. Sabi nating time upstream, using this formula, ang time upstream is equivalent sa distance upstream, velocity resultant ng upstream. Since sa time downstream, ang time downstream is distance over velocity, so that is distance downstream over velocity resultant na pababa downstream. Okay, yung distance downstream saka yung distance upstream, pwedeng sabihin distance na lang. So, isulat ko na lang sa distance. So, distance over ang resultant velocity downstream. So, velocity downstream, ito yun. Velocity ng boat plus velocity ng stream. Kasi nagtutulungan sila. So, velocity ng boat plus velocity ng stream. Equivalent sa 2/3. Distance upstream, pwedeng tawagin ng distance na lang. And then, dito tayo sa velocity resultant upstream. Ang velocity resultant upstream, ito yun. So, ang gagawin mo dito, minus na. Kasi yung ating stream is against the boat. So, malaking bagay yung direction. So, ang resultant velocity upstream should be velocity ng boat minus velocity ng stream. Now, kung titingnan natin yung equation, we have one unknown, one equation. Since parehas naman itong distance, pwede siyang cancelin na lang. Cancel out. So, distance. So, kung sinulat ko sa calculus, pwede ko i-write as 1. And then, yung velocity ng ating stream. This is already given. This is 8, given in the problem. So, this is 8. Malabas, this is one unknown, one equation na lang. Using our calculator, makukuha na natin yung velocity ng boat. So, let's test our calculus. Ito yung nawawala, velocity ng boat. So, we have 1 all over, this is the unknown variable, represent mo yan as x, nawawala, plus 8. Equivalent siya sa 2/3. Okay, this is 1 all over the unknown variable alpha x minus 8. One unknown, one equation, shift, solve, and then equal sign. So, shift, solve. So, lumalabas ang velocity ng ating boat is kPa. So, this is problem number 1. Okay, ang working formula lang natin is velocity distance over time. Kailangan gawin, visualize, and mag-practice. Number 2. Figures A and B starting from the same point, jogging in opposite directions in a circular track field. Their circular path has a diameter of 800 meters. If the average speed of jogger A is 3 km per hour, and that of jogger B is to be 4 km per hour, the time they will meet. So you have again a motion problem. Ang assumption dito, uniform motion yung galaw. Constant yung jogger A sa 3 km per hour. Jogger B, 4 km per hour. So let's isolate the given. Ito yung mga given natin. And then ang nawawala, time. So yung mga critical point dito, mga pinapansin sa given should be, they start at the same point. They move on opposite directions. So yun yung i-visualize natin later. Another thing is, ang given is kilometer per hour. So this is R. Then this is kilometer. So Once mag-solve tayo ng time later, ang makukuha natin sagot, oras. Ang choices natin, naka-minutes. So, gawin mo lang, convert your final answer into minutes. Okay? And then, be consistent sa unit. Kasi this is kilometer per hour. So, ang given na diameter, naka-meters. So, it is good na i-adjust natin ito. So, for conversion purposes, ang 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Cancelled out. So, we will have 800. So, divide natin ng 1,000. So, ang gamitin nating distance is 0.8. Distance tayo sa mga units. Times, tama yung formula natin. Pero kung mali yung mga data na ilalagay sa formula, nababaliwala yun. Okay, so let's visualize the problem and isolate the given. So that's it. So this is velocity A, 3 kph, velocity B, 4 kph, the diameter ng circular track, 0.8 km. Start at the same point, they will travel in opposite directions, and then merong time kung saan mag-meet sila. Let's try to imagine na gagalaw na yung A and B, and then they will meet at a certain point. Ang tinatanong nga yung time. So, visualize natin. They will start at the same time. Sabihin, time ni A is equivalent sa time ni B, or simply represent natin yung time na nawawala to be variable t. We'll start at the same time, nagalaw sila, and somehow mag-meet din sila. So, ang tinatanong nga yung time. Working formula natin is still velocity distance over time. Mathematically speaking, pag isa-solve natin yung time dito, that should be distance over velocity. So, sinolve lang natin yung time dito, kaya lumabas yung, or rather yung velocity. Sinolve natin, kaya lumabas yung velocity is distance, rather, is velocity multiplied sa time. Ito yung pinaka-formula natin. Okay, analyze. Si A, merong distance traveled. Sabihin natin, ito yung distance traveled ni A. B, merong distance traveled. Distance traveled ni B. And once mag-meet yung dalawang jogger natin, pag inad mo yung distance ni A sa distance ni B, ang makukuha mo isang buong bilog or isang buong circumference. So mathematically speaking, using logic, distance A plus distance B equivalent sa circumference of the circle. Now, ang formula ng circumference, hopefully naalala natin, that should be pi multiply sa diameter. Okay? Paano makuha yung distance B? Using this formula, ang distance B is velocity ni B multiply sa time ni B. Tala yung distance A, gagamitin yung same formula, is velocity ni A multiply sa time ni A. So, substitution na lang ito. Velocity A given, velocity B given, diameter is given, ang gagamitin is kilometers to be consistent. Tapos yung time, pwedeng i-represent as variable t. Substitution. So 3, A multiplied sa time. Time A is simply time. Kung sa t. Plus velocity B4. Time ni B, pwede sulat as variable t. Equivalent sa pi, ang diameter natin, 0.8. One equation, shift solve, at ang makukuhang sagot natin dito is in terms of hours. Hours, i-convert natin into minutes later. Okay, so pakita natin sa calculator. You have 3 multiplies unknown variable t. Represent mo yung unknown variable sa x, variable x, plus 4 unknown variable is equivalent sa pi diameter is 0.8. This is one unknown, one equation, shift solve. So, ang makukuha nating value is 0.359 hours. 0.359 hours. Gawin natin siyang minutes. 1 minute or 1 hour, equivalent yung 60 minutes. Okay, so multiply lang natin ito ng 60 para maging minuto. Times 60. So this is our answer. Para maging decimal, you can press S2. So ang final answer natin should be 21.54 minutes. Answer is 0.359 hours or equivalent sa 21.54 problem number 2. It takes an airplane 1 hour and 45 minutes to travel 500 miles against the wind and covers the same distance 1 hour and 15 minutes with the wind. What's the speed of the airplane? So, ang given natin is yung distance traveled against the wind, and then you have the time. So, ang time against the wind is 1 hour 45 minutes, covering the same distance. So, ibig sabihin, yung distance papunta at distance pabalik, parehas na 500. With the wind naman, 1 hour and 15 minutes with the wind. So, ang tinatanong is the speed of the plane. Okay, isolate the given. Ito yung mga given natin. And then, if you notice, ang tinatanong dito is the velocity of the plane. Ang choices natin, MPH. So, MPH. Again, maging sensitive tayo sa units regarding sa motion problem. So, ibig sabihin ng H is R. Yung so is miles. Ang given or ang tinatanong na velocity should be miles per hour. Now, since ang oras natin is, or ang time natin is in terms of hours, kailangan i-convert natin tong minutes in terms of hours para consistent tayo sa time. Okay, once mali yung mga units natin, magkakamali tayo sa final answer. First, so ang 1 hour and 45 minutes, pag i-convert natin in terms of hours is this. 1 hour plus 45 minutes. Gawin nating oras. So 1 hour, 60 minutes. Is equivalent sa ito. Isa. So 1, 45. 1 hour, 60 minutes. So this is 1.75. 1.75 hours. Okay, ganun din dito, yung time with the wind, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Nating oras, ang 1 hour is 60 minutes. Out natin yung minutes. Ang 1 hour and 15 minutes of hours, okay, edit ko na lang to, gawin ko itong 15. Equal sign. Para maging decimal. 1.25 hours. Okay. So, we're simplifying the given. So, ginawa ko lang consistent yung mga given natin. And then, we need to visualize the problem. Visualize natin para masagutan. So, you have an airplane against the wind and with the wind. Distance traveled dito is 500 miles. Okay, kung ano yung distance against the wind, yun din yung distance with the wind. So you have a constant distance na 500 miles. So, punta tayo sa given. I-isolate natin. This is our given. So yung time, ginawa ko ng hours. 1.75 hours. 1.25 hours. At yung distance na to, 500 miles. Tinatanong, velocity ng plane. Again, malaking factor yung visualization. Ito yung visualization against the wind. Man yung with the wind. And ang working formula natin, paulit-ulit, velocity is distance over time. So mathematically speaking, pag isa-solve natin yung distance, the velocity multiplies the time. So ito yung ating working formula na. Elaborate natin. Doon muna tayo sa against the wind. So distance against the wind, equivalent sa velocity resultant against the wind, Elaborate. Yung distance against the wind is this, 500. Resultant velocity natin, okay, ang resultant velocity against the wind is this. So kung makikita natin, okay, yung velocity ng wind, okay, kukontrahin niyo yung velocity ng plane, so that should be minus velocity ng plane minus velocity ng wind. This is our resultant velocity. Ang time against the wind is 1.75 hours. 1.75 hours. Okay, simplify natin. Pwede natin ito i-distribute. We have 500 equivalent sa 1.75 velocity ng plane minus 1.75 velocity ng wind. So this is our first equation. Tayo sa second scenario. We have this as our second scenario. Same formula gamitin. Distance is equivalent to velocity multiplied by time. So using our second scenario, ang distance with the wind is equivalent sa velocity resultant wind times the time with the wind. Again, yung distance traveled against and distance traveled with the wind is constant sa 500 miles. This is 500. And then, ano ba yung resultant velocity natin? Okay, ang resultant velocity natin with the wind is ito. So, magkatulong na yung wind sa plane. So, this is plus. So, velocity ng plane, velocity ng wind. Then, yung time with the wind is 1.25 hours. Simplify the equation, distribute yung 1.25. You have 500, may 1.25 velocity ng plane, at 1.25 velocity ng wind. Our second equation. Now, since we have two unknowns to equation, mapapansin nyo, two unknowns, you have two equations. Itinuro na to sa atin ng algebra. Number 1, kapag two unknowns to equation, pwede tayo patulong sa calculus. You simply press mode 1. And we simply input these coefficients. So tayo sa mode 5.1. So mode, equation 5, and then two unknowns to equation 1. Ilalagay dito are coefficients. So i-represent natin yung dt, x, and then represent natin yung velocity ng wind to be y. So ilagay mo lang yung mga coefficients. By the way, linawin natin yung equation na, balikan ko lang yung mode 5.1. Makita natin. So, mode 5. So, this is x plus dny equivalent sa cn. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, paliwanag natin mabuti, ANX plus CNY equivalent sa CN. Yung nire-represent ko na velocity ng plane, represent ko na velocity ng wind. Tapos, dapat naka-format siya in this way para gagana ha. So, ibig sabihin, ang constant yung nasa right, and then, yung una mong i-input is yung coefficient ng x, which is yung coefficient ng vt. Input is the coefficient ng y, yung coefficient ng velocity ng wind. Put natin ito. The right side ng input, yung c, dapat nasa right side. Ito yung unang input, pangalawa, then last. Second equation, ganun din. Ito yung first input, second, and then this is the last. Put natin. So, mode 5.1. So, 1.75 equal sign minus 1.75 minus 1.75 sign. Then, ito yung last. Ilalagay 500. Ito naman tayo sa pangalawa. Yung ating coefficient ng BP. So, ito yung una, 1.25. This is positive, 1.25. So, sign, and then 500. Okay, kung ayaw nyo mag-mode 5.1, pwede naman yan i-solve manually. Kaya lang, it will take time. Resolution pa rin. Perfect. So, once ma-input yung coefficient, you press your calculate equal sign. Ang unang lalabas is yung x. So, this is x. Ang ibig sabihin ng x, velocity ng plane. Para makuha yung ating decimal, you press SD. It is 342.36. So, yan yung velocity ng ating plane. Final answer. After tanungin tayo ng velocity ng wind, makikita natin yan dun sa y. Kung gusto nyo makuha yung velocity ng wind, equal sign yan. Ito naman yung velocity ng wind. Pero in our case, ang tinatanong kasi velocity ng plane, ito yung final answer. That's it.